What's up everyone, GeneralAether here, and welcome to this week's Top 5. This week we'll be going over the top 5 main Easter egg quests in COD Zombies. However, if you're familiar with COD Zombies but you're not familiar with the Easter egg quests, let me explain. Main Easter egg quests are a series of steps you can do as you progress through a map that will ultimately lead to some sort of in-game or animated ending that will hold some sort of storyline significance. However, which COD Zombies maps do I think hold the best Easter egg quests? Well, let's get started, but before we do, remember, I will also be including non-Treyarch zombie maps because I feel they're worth the mention just as much as Treyarch maps. And yes, I'm only including actual quests, not side Easter eggs. With that said, let's continue. Coming in at number 5 is GeneralAether Trophy. When doing this Easter egg at first, I kinda hated it. The first part isn't that bad since you're just collecting different items in a series of different ways, but once you get farther into the egg, suddenly you have to complete 6 different trials that all vary in difficulty, and this can be where the map gets ugly if you're playing this for your first time. And don't even get me started on the boss fight. This boss fight would make you think twice before loading up BO3. Imagine a boss as hard as the Mephistopheles boss in IW, but you take away everything that made it fun. The dragon boss is straightforward and easy, but this boss makes women grow beards. It is absolutely unacceptable. You have to shoot at Nikolai's tiny weak spots, which, keep in mind, might not even be exposed, all while you have Manglers, Valkyries, and zombies chasing you as you flee from a Nikolai who has aimbot and wraps. This boss is not fun, it's tedious and nearly impossible without exploitation. So, you may be wondering, why in the world do you like this Easter egg? Well, its challenge is kinda what draws me to it. Similar to maps like Origin, Shaolin, Attack, and Blood, this Easter egg feels like a journey of some kind. You really have to actually think, strategize, and play smart if you wish to progress through GeneralAether's variety of challenges, or trials if you will. There's just a sense of progression and satisfaction as you get set up and knock out each obstacle the egg throws at you. And plus, other than the Valkyrie escort step and Mr. Beliski, of course, this Easter egg is pretty balanced and rewards skillful players. So why is this egg not higher on the list? Well, it's on GeneralAether Trophy. I love GeneralAether's Easter egg, but I hate the map. The entire map is a giant junkyard and lacks any positive innovations, with the exception of the Raygun Mark III. And plus, it contains the worst boss in COD Zombies history. However, I still like GeneralAether's Easter egg and I consider it one of the best. Coming in at number 4 is Shadows of Evil. Now, Shadows of Evil is not all a perfect Easter egg. Most of the steps are repetitive, the boss fight can be easily cheesed, and the final step isn't anything noteworthy. Not to mention the story is mainly just our cast of celebrity characters revolting against the Shadow Man. Nothing too crazy. So, why do I love this Easter egg? Well, even though a full squad being required is a huge problem for solo players, this egg can be really fun with friends. Most of the steps not only require a good bit of callouts, but also a great deal of teamwork. Not only that, but this isn't necessarily an Easter egg you can completely carry someone through. This Easter egg requires everyone to put in some effort and is definitely rewarding once you complete it. So what holds this Easter egg back? Well, like I said, this egg has a lot of repetitive steps and has a really anticlimactic encounter with the supposed original Harbinger of Doom. Regardless, this egg is fun to come in number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Moon. Moon is considered by many to be the best Easter egg of all time, and it's easy to see why. It's not only simplistic and straightforward, but the amount of storyline events that occur in this Easter egg was simply mind-blowing at the time. You know what? What am I even talking about? The Easter egg is still mind-blowing for its time. It's fun, sweet, and simple. But why isn't this Easter egg higher on the list? Well, to put it blankly, 75% of this Easter egg relies on RNG. Not only do you have to get the wonder weapons, QEDs, and ghost devices out of the box, but you have to switch between 2 rare items a total of 3 times if you're doing this Easter egg on solo. Also, you have to wait till an excavator digs into Tunnel 6, so you can either get this Easter egg done around 10 or around 30. It's just ridiculous. However, even though it's cheap, it does also have the added bonus of replayability. This isn't an Easter egg you have to go too out of your way to do, and I make sure to go for it whenever I'm going for high rounds on this map because the fun steps and great storyline moments are enough for me to keep coming back to it. Well, with the exception of Simon Says. Coming in at number 2 is Beast from Beyond. I know, this map isn't exactly what comes up in your mind when you think of good zombie maps, but like I said with GeneralAether, this Easter egg is good even though the map isn't. Now, what's good about this Easter egg? Well, surprisingly, not much. The Easter egg quest has some alright steps, but nothing too mind-blowing. Now you're probably wondering, what in the world is so great about this egg when the map is underwhelming and the quest is not particularly interesting? Well my friend, the excitement starts as soon as you hold down the action button on our good friend Nil. You're immediately transported to a cluttered arena where you and your partners, if you have some, are completely swarmed by cryptids. Now, a lot of people complain that this boss is hectic, crazy, and outright broken. I personally agree with all those criticisms, and that's why I love this fight. It's chaotic, intense, and gets your heart pumping. After the intense fight, you're treated to multiple cool story revelations, and if you thought the cryptids were bad, Mephistopheles is easily hands down the best boss fight in COD Zombies history. Everything from the amount of patience, practice, and skill needed to go against this boss along with the boss's design and moveset is absolutely amazing. The cool story twist in these two amazing bosses makes this Easter egg one of the best, which is why I hold it to such high regard, and it comes in the number 2 spot. Now, coming in the number 1 spot is Der Eisendrache, or however the heck you say it. Now, Der Eisendrache is regarded as one of, if not the best zombies map of all time for good reason. The map is near perfection in terms of layout, story, and gameplay, so it's no surprise the Easter egg was regarded as one of the best, and by me personally as my favorite. The mind-blowing thing I realized about this Easter egg is there's not a single part of this egg that's not fun. Getting the upgraded bow is fun, shooting wisps is fun, doing Simon Says can drag a bit but is nowhere near as infuriating as Moon, filling up the bow circles is fun, and the boss fight is still one of the greatest COD Zombies bosses of all time, even though it's not as good as Mephistopheles. That's right, all you Treyarch fanboys, surprisingly a non-Treyarch Zombies game can do something great. Surprising, I know. This Easter egg is fun, replayable, and has plenty of story moments full of intriguing story moments and spectacle. That is why Der Eisendrache comes in number 1. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this top 5. Let me know in the comments which Easter eggs you would personally rank. With that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, then please like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace, everyone.